is Gabriela on the scene today with Talk Network Radio. We have a real treat for you just around the corner, and that is Empowered Living with Jeff Byrd. Jeff is the owner of Jeffrey Byrd Coaching, and he will be coming to you weekly to teach you more about empowered living. Now, let's join Jeff already in the studio.
Hello and welcome. This is Jeff Byrd with Jeffrey Byrd Coaching, and this is Empowered Living. Now, I am so excited for the treat that we've got for you today. We've been working on getting together and being able to do this for, I think it's been about a year, maybe a little over now that we've been talking. But we have a fantastic and dynamic young lady with us today. Her mindset and attitude are going to blow you away. Please join me in welcoming Emily Finkham to the studio today. Hey, it's such a privilege to have you here, and that you have an incredibly unique story that has led to some results that you probably never would have imagined, right? So, and I know you're 14 now, but back a few years ago, you, as many people do, went through some bullying from some classmates. Could you just explain to me a little bit about that story and what happened in that situation?
Well, when I was in elementary school, I was bullied a lot, and I got threatening notes. They were threatening that they were going to harm my life, and I got really scared. I didn't want to go to school anymore, and then my resource officer, he helped me get through it a lot with support from my family, and I decided I didn't want anyone else to go through that again. So I made a anti-bullying campaign. I handed out pamphlets, and they basically just said that if you're being bullied, then you can talk to someone. And I also made a book where I got a bunch of people to sign it, and they pledged that they would not bully.
Wow, that is pretty fantastic. And so you kind of, every time I think of you, I think this is the girl that flipped bullying on its head. You just turned it upside down, because bullying in any form is devaluing, trying to lower somebody else's value, tell them you're not adequate, you don't measure up, you don't belong, or even, like you said, a threat on your life that you got. But all of those are devaluing statements. So you flipped that thing upside down and said, okay, I'm not just going to react to this. I'm going to raise the bar so high by sending a value-adding message to other people. And now you got a lot of cards you're going to be telling us about, but I think you started with that with your classmates, right? With giving cards to the classmates?
Yes, they were very similar to the cards I have now, but I would pass them around to people in my school, anybody I saw, really.
That's fantastic. What did those cards say?
They would say you're worth more than you know. Always remember to do that, and remember to do something kind for someone else.
Right. And now you still are giving out cards like that, I think. When you walked in today, you gave me a little card here. Chuck, I don't know, are you able to zoom in on that card? Okay, we'll give him just a minute on that. But the card, it's got a great big smiley face right here in the middle of it. And it says, okay, here we go. There we go. Let me get it aligned with the camera. And it says, you're worth more than you know. Always remember that. And then it's got the link to her Facebook page, which we'll give you in a minute. But that's fantastic. I was just saying, I need to put that on the bathroom mirror and look at that every morning when I get up so I can remember that. Because how easy it is to forget that we truly are. And every person we meet is truly worth more than we know. But this started with your classmates, but this didn't end with the classmates. Tell us the story. How has this blossomed into this major thing that you're doing now? Tell us kind of a little bit of the steps in this process.
Well, after elementary school, that's when I started doing the cards. I kind of slowed down a lot. And then on close to my 12th birthday, I remade these cards. But I started with my thank you cards because I wanted to volunteer over the summer, but I couldn't because of my age. So I just decided I wanted to thank first responders for what they do. And then I made the cards that are very similar to the ones I made in elementary school and just passed them out to everyone I see.
Okay, now what was it that you wanted to volunteer doing that summer, but you said you were too young?
I didn't really have any set goal to volunteer. I just wanted to do something to help out.
Okay. And is that why you picked the first responders? Because you see how much they're helping out on a daily basis and often risking a lot to do it?
And my resource officer, he helped me a lot through my situation with bullying.
Okay. And you've got color-coded cards for different types of first responders. Can you hold those up and tell us who each type of card goes to?
I have a fire department card, and it says, "Thank you for the many sacrifices you have made that are often taken for granted."
Wow.
I have a dispatcher thank you card that says, "Thank you for being the calm voice on the phone for the community." I have a police thank you card, and it says, "Thank you for being there to protect and serve the community." And I have a military thank you card that says, "Thank you for serving our country. You are a hero. Don't let anyone tell you different." And then I just have my everybody card that says, "You're worth more than you know."
That is fantastic. And really another thing that I think about when I think about you is leadership. And we think about leaders as, maybe having a position, in the military or in the government or in a corporation or something. But somebody explained to me many years ago, they told me that that's how I was thinking about leadership. And they said, "No, you're thinking about leadership wrong. Leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less. Leadership is leaving somebody better off when you leave them than they were when you met them." And that's what you're doing. You are brightening some people's days. And are there any favorite interactions that came to mind, or where you really saw somebody respond and they were really like super appreciative and not expecting what you did for them?
Wow.
A lot of them.
Yeah. It's just the most reactions I get are the people who look like they're having a bad day, and just some random girl walks up to them and hands them a nice card.
That's pretty fantastic. And I love, again, back to the leadership, it's not what happens to us in life. I wish we could say, and I don't wish that you had been bullied, but I wish we could say you're the only one. But you're certainly not the only one. This is happening every day, all across the world, really, in different ways. But it's not what happens to us. And this is a point that I really want to share with the audience that Emily so perfectly illustrates for us all. It's not what happens to us primarily. It's how we respond to it, right? It's how we respond to it that makes such a difference. And now, tell us a little bit about your mom gave us some numbers before the shows. And all of these cards, this is important to note, all these cards that she's talking about, she made by hand. These are handmade cards. She created these, printed these, cut them, and went and delivered them. She's not just sending them in the mail. She's going there and taking them to the people. So tell us how big this campaign has become now.
I have them in 26 different states. Wow. I have 51,000 cards out. 150,000 cards out all across America.
151,000. I was just saying before the show, I can't even imagine, it's a big deal for me to do 50 cards at Christmas. Over 150,000 handmade cards that she created, printed, designed, put these patterns on, and then took and then hand delivered to people. And now you've got a campaign going on in Virginia too. And we got some numbers here because you're going county by county, right? Trying to cover all of the first responders. And let me get my glasses on so I can see what I typed in here. And you have covered so far 72 independent cities and counties in the state of Virginia, and covered all the different groups of first responders there, right? And there's 42 left to go. So she's over halfway there for covering all of the first responder groups in the different independent cities and counties in Virginia. And she needs support for this. If you'd like to jump in and join the Positive Patrol, just go to hashtag, you can look at the Facebook page. It's hashtag Positive Patrol. And Positive Patrol there's no space between the positive and patrol. It's hashtag Positive Patrol. But now, in response, okay, and it's up on the screen now. So in response, we have got, you can't see this, if you're viewing this video, you can't see it, but in front of us are big binders full of things. And Emily, can you show us some of your favorite things that are in these binders and kind of tell us what they mean and represent?
Well, 4 of the 5 binders I have all have patches in them. And then they're just...
And let's hold. So now, what do all these patches represent?
Some of them are places I've been to deliver cards. Others are patches that people have had a collection of, and they decided they wanted to give it to me to thank me for what I do. But I've not asked for any of the patches or challenge coins. They give them to me if they want to.
You're just going out there to add value to them and let them know how much they're noticed and appreciated, and this is the response you've got.
Mm-hmm. And then I've also gotten challenge coins.
Okay, let's see. Let me help you with this. And let's see. I love these coins. And when the binder was handed over, they said, "Be careful. This one's heavy." Yeah, it's really heavy. It's no joke. She has got tons of these coins as gifts. And these are beautiful coins. And just tell us a little bit about what these represent as well.
They give them to me the same reason for the patches, to thank me for what I do, but most of these are places that have gotten my cards.
Wonderful. That's just amazing. And these coins, I wish that all of our viewers could see them, or if you're listening in, I wish that you could see these coins. These are beautiful coins that represent the different people whose lives she's touched. So this is a question that just comes to my mind. I'm just looking at all of this response. Do you think you've given more or received more as a result of what you're doing?
Oh, that's a hard question.
You've done a lot of both.
I've gotten a lot for what I do, and I really appreciate everything.
Yeah. Now, you had, speaking of that, of getting some special things and unexpected things, you've had quite a day today, even before you got here for the interview. Tell us a little bit about what you've been up to today.
Well, today there was an award ceremony where I received the governor's award.
Wow. Yeah, let's see that. This is absolutely beautiful. And you told me a little story about this before we started. Do you mind sharing that with the viewers?
This is an award that Mr. David Creasy received before he passed, and he told me it would be an honor to share the award with me.
Wow, that is amazing. And this is beautiful. It's a very beautiful flame with the Virginia seal there in it, and the dedication. That's absolutely beautiful. And what else did you get today?
I did not know I was getting this. It's for an outstanding contribution to Virginia Fire Service.
Wow. And who gave that to you?
The Virginia Fire Chiefs Association.
Okay. Fantastic. So, and these things, and now you've got something else over here that I was very surprised to see that you had when you brought in. Can you share that with us as well?
Campbell County gave this to me after I received my awards and told me I was one of them.
Wow. Now this is very beautiful. I hope you can see this helmet. Well, there's actually, I like that side view. This is actually an eagle here that's on the front of it too. This is very, very lovely. And wow, it even has that, like we were commenting, it has that new car smell too. Mm-hmm. It's brand new just for you, huh? So this is fantastic. So let me ask you, what else would you like to? I mean, if there's anything you'd like to show us, I know we've got a lot of stuff here, but also comments that are things that you would like to tell the viewers and the listeners as far as where you're headed now and what kind of support you could use and what you're going to do with that.
I want to get as far. I want my cards to go as far as they possibly can. So I just not gonna stop yet.
Right on. And one thing too about leadership that we often teach is that leaders develop other leaders. What would you, and I was thinking about this on the way over, I could kind of put a smile on my face. I was thinking, I wish we could, I could take some